What is up there, everybody? Welcome to Massive Unboxing 15. We got a bunch of models and we're going to start with this box here. This is from the Midwest model store. It is the last two models I need to determine the best models of the year. I already have most of the models that I want, but I'm trying to determine what the best 777 is. And the Aviation 400 is definitely going to be on the list, but I think there's probably going to end up being the Gemini Jets one. I think it'll probably end up being a contender. So I wanted to try out a Gemini Jets 777, and I got the American 777 the last unboxing, as you might have all seen. But what happened is that model had a couple of small little defects that prevent me from making it the best model of the year. And when I do this video, I want it to be truly amazing, stunning, excellent models. And having a little imperfections in the wing is not gonna make it onto the list. So I decided to try another 777 from Gemini Jets to see how it is. It was released in the same release set, and it is the Emirates 777. In addition, we have our 787 contender for best model of the year in here. Now, of course, this mass unboxing will come out a good bit after that best models of the year video comes out. So you will already have known which one was the best of 2020, or excuse me, the best of 2022. And so here it is, the KLM 787-10 on the outstanding NG model 787 mold. I already have a bunch of Dash 9s, but I don't have a Dash 10 yet from NG, so this will be interesting to see how it is, and could be a great contender for best model of the year. And then he also included a replacement antenna for a model as well. This is for the KLM 777-300ER, the KLM Asia one, so that's really cool. So I got that, and I got the KLM 78X for Atlanta, and then here we have the final model. I'm really excited about this. This will almost complete my Emirates collection. I just need an A380 in the standard livery, and then I will have a complete Emirates collection in terms of what I'm looking for. Which really all I wanted was a 777-300ER and an A380. I have an A380. It's not quite the bulk standard livery. It's close. But Gemini just did recently make a standard 777 and A380. So I got the 777 here, and the A380 will be coming soon. This is some pretty nice packaging. It's kind of got this unique, almost velvet-like finish to the box. It's pretty neat. These are made specifically for Emirates, and they sell them in a shop somewhere in Dubai, but they also sell them as corporate models. And then they release so many of them. So that's why they make so many Emirates models, because they have an official corporate deal with Emirates Airlines to make these models. So let's take, we'll ignore that. Let's take a look at this model right here. Try and open it without creasing the flap of the box. I think I may have already done. Yep. There we go. The presentation on this is really nice. So here is the model itself. I really like how they present these models. They definitely make these feel really special, which of course they are. I love that new plane smell. It's just such a nice smell. When you pull out the model, you can smell that greasy factoryness of it. It's super nice. Just taking a look at this, I don't see any imperfections. The engines are leveled correctly. The only issue is that this nose gear feels like it's been glued, so that it doesn't move at all. Now that's not an issue to me, because I don't think rolling gear is that great a feature. I think it's overrated, but just look at the detail. It's incredible. The underside detail on this model is amazing. Just take a look at that. The wing root is super nicely detailed, really well rounded, and of course we got both NACA dots here. The wings have flaps up and flaps down variants. This is the flaps down variant. You can see super nice detail. The JC Wings mold is so nice. This may be the best 777 mold out there. The only thing I wish they did is they put a second SATCOM box in the back. And of course the APU housing detail is the best in the business. And of course this does have antennas, only on the top though, because Gemini just doesn't seem to believe in antennas on the bottom of planes. But yeah, this is a super nice model. Next up, we have the KLM 787-10. That thing that's rolling around inside, that should be the collector card. Hopefully that is not a part of the model. These are packaged super tightly. There we go, we creased the flap again. Not my preference, but it is what it is. And here's the model. Yes, that is the collector card that's flown around there. I kind of like this blue color. It's a super nice color. All right, let's take a look at this. I did pick the standard livery. I believe this Papa Hotel something Foxtrot Delta. But yeah, here it is. Right off, I don't see any issues with it. It's got a kind of a greasiness to it, which I notice a lot of new models have that. It appears to be a coating that's put on from the factory, which is interesting to see. But yeah, that model looks incredible. Really nice job by NG right there. Now I just need them to remake the 7879 from KLM, and I'll be good to go for my KLM fleet. Taking a look at the 787 for KLM, here we have the nose area, the cockpit windows, the Air France Star Alliance group titles there. We got the SkyTeam logo, the L1 door, the KLM Royal Dutch Airlines logo there. You can see the first class and business class sections up in the front. You can see a bunch of details here on the side of the model. The L2 door. We got an antenna and a SATCOM box up top. You can see very nice detail there for the NACA ducts. L3 door. We have our engines. I'm not exactly sure which engine KLM opted for. Rolls-Royce and GE were the two most common options for these. It's kind of hard to tell. Usually the manufacturer is listed there. I think that is the GE logo right there, but it could be wrong. The wing detail is super nice on this. Going to a super pointy wing. That is really nice how they did that wingtip. Yeah, that's very sharp, but really nicely done. The wheels roll so smoothly. It's silky smooth how these wheels roll. Wing root detail is really nicely done. L3 door. The registration, Papa Hotel, that's Bravo Kilo Lima. So really nice. This would have been like the 12th 78710 they received. On the bottom you can see it says the Flying Dutchman, which is one of their slogans. Pretty neat. We do have several more antennas here. We got two on the top, one on the bottom. There's another SATCOM box, which is just printed instead of a 3D piece, which is a bit of a disappointment. We do have the flag of the Netherlands and the European Union flag, and then of course Boeing 787-10 and the KLM logo on the tail. I really have liked KLM's logo and livery. They've always had a super nice one, and it's one of my favorite airlines in Europe. I'd really like to fly them at some point in the near future. Another airline I would really like to fly, and I should be able to once my ID90 flight benefits become active, is Emirates. And this is one of their aircraft right here. This is the Emirates Boeing 777-300ER. This is the flaps down variant, super nice version by Gemini Jets. The cockpit windows are correctly leveled on this model, which is great to see. It says Boeing 777-300ER there. We got a parcel registration on the gear door, L1 door, the giant gold Emirates titles, which look really nice, and their website, www.emirates.com. And of course we have the L2 door. We have an antenna and a SATCOM box. Of course we have, I believe that's Emirates written in Arabic. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong on that. NACA duct detail really nice. Wing root detail also super nice. There you can see it shows the two layers of the wing root there. Very nice detail. The lean edge slats. We got the Emirates logo and the mighty GE90 engines, which are super fantastic. These wheels don't roll anywhere near as nice as the NG versions do, but of course that is a known issue with Gemini Jets and JC Wings models. The over the wing detail is excellent. The wingtips are super nicely detailed and very sharp and pointy. And of course we do have the trailing flaps, which are super nicely detailed as well. On some of the 200 scale models, they actually show the gap between the flap and the wing section, which is really neat. We have the L3 and L4 doors. Two more antennas here in the back. L5 door and the registration. The reg is Alpha 6 Echo November Delta. Pretty cool to see that. Of course we have the APU housing detail, which is probably the best on the JC Wings version, then the Aviation 400, then the Phoenix models, and then the NG version is the weakest. This is really the weakest part for the NG models version, as their 777 is really nice, but this area is a bit lacking. There's a couple other things that are a bit lacking on that version as well, but overall, this version is probably the best. And here we have the tail, very nice Emirates logo there. This one is probably the best 777 being made right now, and once again I've confirmed that with this fantastic Gemini Jets version. They even show right here, just like the NG does, the separation between the straight and the curve section. It shows a really nice curve to it. Maybe if I show it at a different angle, it'll show that a little bit better, as you can see there. really nice, showing the angle difference. And the Gemini Jets JC Wings version is probably the best 777. And I'm gonna award this one of the top 10 models of the year, along with that KLM 787-10. So these two models are excellent additions to the collection. The Emirates 777-300ER is one that I've always wanted to have, and even though it doesn't fly to any of my current airports, I could definitely see that changing in the future. The KLM 787-10 though does fly to Las Vegas and Atlanta, so it's a necessary model for that reason, and it's a very, very nice mold. And I'm basically building up my KLM wide-body fleet to where I have one of each that they currently operate. I have an A330-300, two 777-300ERs, a 777-200ER, a 787-10, and basically I just need a 787-9 and A330-200, and I have everything that KLM operates. So that's good to see. These two models are great additions to my collection. I think it would be a great addition to anyone's collection, as really these two molds are really outstanding. So this section was recorded on December the 14th. Let's see what we have in the next segment. Well, it's actually now the following day, Thursday, December the 15th, and we have another package here. Now this one is a package that has a bunch of accessories in it that are going to be very helpful for a new setup that I'm going to be building here in early 2023. Alright, so here we go. And there it is. You do see that correct. I have bought 10 Gemini Jets stands. Now these are the nice ones. And these are the actual like metal stands. They have like a simulated wood effect to them. And I bought 10 of them. I think I had 16 in stock. And I need these for a new setup. You can see it's the wood base, the metal piece, and there's a screw there you just screw in. So yeah, I bought 10 of them, and they will be very helpful for future projects. So let's take a look at these. Here's what the package looks like. It does look like some of the package got bent at some point, but honestly the most important part is that the stands are still intact. So let's go ahead and open these. Like they are all two-piece plastic clamshells. So like that. So here's what the stand looks like. It's all metal, as you can hear. Very nice. The finish is super nice on these. These might need to be rubbed off a little bit, but they come with this piece, which is the metal piece, which has a little felt pad on top, which is very nice to see. Just slots in here like that, and then I just screw this little screw in. Editing citrus from the future, I wanted to show you what the models look like on the stands. These are made for 200 scale models. You can put 400 scale models on them, but I'm demonstrating them here with 200 scale models. Here's what they look like. They look really nice, and you can put wide bodies, narrow bodies, regional jets on them. The wide bodies don't usually fit as well because those tend to have a slightly different stand hole, but you can put narrow bodies and regional jets on no problem. Here's a Delta CRJ-900. I have walked on this exact aircraft before. It's actually the very first aircraft I ever walked on when I was a ramp boss. So I have 12 of these. Some Frontier Airbus 321s. You can see they look pretty nice, and they go together pretty simply. There's gotta be careful because these like to fall out. But there's a little screw here. You just screw it in with a screwdriver, and you just put the model in. It's got some padding to protect the paint, and yeah, that's basically it. Pretty simple product, but it definitely looks really nice. It is now March the 1st, quite some time since I recorded the last segment, but here we go. We got some models here to take a look at, starting with this United Continental livery 737-900. This was my Christmas gift from my brother, so thank you so much, brother, for buying this awesome model. of an airplane I've flown on now many times for United Airlines, thanks to my great non-web privileges I have through United. So let's go ahead, open this box up, and take a look at it. See it here. It looks so awesome. This was ordered through, I believe, Sapp Brothers. Yeah, he bought through Sapp Brothers there in the Kansas City area. And they're a good retailer. So let's take a look at this model. One of the things I love about this model is that it actually has, oh, well, take a look at that, wings coming out. Kind of typical NGQC issue there, but I'm able to put it in no problem. I may end up gluing it, but you can see I love how they do the painted SATCOM box with the top section being gray, just like on the actual aircraft. This is not the registration I requested them to make, but I believe I have seen this exact aircraft. But yeah, let's go ahead and take a closer look at this gorgeous model. You can see the nose here of this aircraft is really nicely molded on this NG Model 737-900 mold. Copper windows are correctly shaped, Star Alliance logo. You can see the pitot tubes there. And you can see the parcel registration on the nose. So there on United 737s, they have the parcel registration. That's that little bit of writing on the bottom. And then you can see the aircraft type, 737-900 E-tops, as this is an E-tops 737-900. And then you can see the red line saying how far you can turn the aircraft using a pushback. That red line is the do not exceed line. If you exceed it, you break a pin in the nose gear. Anyway, the nose gear is pretty good. We got the L1 door. We got a rating thing there that says some great things about United. Got the United Airlines logo there. Some windows. You might wonder what that little, what looks like a window down there. That is a static port used to discharge electricity. You may also notice that there's a section there in between two cabins, the first class cabin and the premium economy cabin, where there's no windows. On the 737-900, there is an extra lavatory right there. So that is what that is for. That's an extra lav. That is lavatory number 4 on the 737-900. Going down, you can see another area where it looks like there's a couple of windows missing. Those sections are where actually, if there was an emergency explosion in the engine, portions of the engine are made to actually hit the aircraft at certain angles, and where those windows are not, that's where they're supposed to hit the aircraft. There's reinforced sections there. So basically don't sit there. Anyway, got our overwing emergency exits. We got an antenna. We have the main gears, 2 more antennas on the bottom. Really nicely detailed overall here. We've got an emergency exit in the back. Got the split skimitar winglets, which are really nicely detailed on this model. There you go, you can see it in focus now. Really, really nice in the United Continental livery. Got the registration, and then we got the United States flag and the Continental Globe tail. Really nicely detailed APU housing detail and the skid plate there. I particularly love the gray SATCOM box. So it's kind of a brownish color. Really nice detailed paint the top there. Great model, an outstanding addition to my collection. Thank you once again to my brother for getting this for me for Christmas. Alright, next up, here we have a package from West Coast Diecast. I've bought several items from him recently. The GSC and the illegal model was definitely some of the more interesting items, but here are 3 models I'm really excited about that I had ordered. 2 of them are used, and 1 is a brand new model that I'm really excited about from a brand I've never bought from before. And let's take a look at it right here. Starting off here, we have a couple of GSC items. We got belt loader and a little tug there. Really excited about that. Then here we got the 3 models. All right, so here they are. We have the HYJL Wings Air Canada A321. I'm really excited about this one. This is a very rare model. They only made 150 units is what the reporting is. So it's a very rare limited edition item. And then these 2 are used models that I've been needing for my collection. 2 United Airlines aircraft. We got the HYJL I believe this is a Mesa one. And then we have the United 737 MAX 9 in the United Continental Globe livery. I am also getting the NG version of that. That is on order as well. Alright, let's take a look at these aircraft first. We have the United E175. This was released all the way back in 2018. And for whatever reason, I hadn't picked this one up yet at the time. The only other ERJ175 I have still yet to pick up from Gemini Jets is the American Eagle 175, which was released in 2018. Outside of that, I have now every single ERJ175 released by Gemini Jets. These are very significant aircraft to me because, at least in terms of like regionals, I see these a lot, and of course I work for regional airlines, so to me these aircraft are quite significant, and they're a very significant part of North American aviation. Next up we got the United Airlines MAX 9. This one's really cool. I have had almost the opportunity to fly on these a couple of times, but I have still yet to fly a MAX 9. I did recently fly a MAX 8, was quite impressed by it. Here's a MAX 9 in the old livery. I have plane spotted these before. Very cool aircraft, and they look really nice, particularly in the new livery. Finally, here we go. HYJL Wings Air Canada A321. Now, for those of you who are not familiar with this brand, HYJL Wings basically makes a lot of the molds for NG Models, and they existed before NG Models did, and they've had a close partnership with NG Models. But HYJL Wings also releases their own aircraft. They've had quite a fascination, I've noticed, over the years with Canadian aircraft. And their releases are very rare, very special, and I'm really excited to open this. Okay, so this is difficult to open. There's a solid object. I've heard that some of these actually come in wood boxes. I'm wondering what's in here. It's very difficult to open this. No, just foam. Okay, so it's an all foam layer in here. Not typical. Usually you see all plastic in 400 scale. Oh, and it comes with a collector card. Very nice. Limited edition, as you can see here. And I even have the exact number. Mine is number 79 of 150. Very cool. Comes plastic wrap. I may never take this out of the wrapping. Yeah, let's zoom in there. There it is, 79 of 150. So the rumors are true. This is a rare model. All these come numbered and with their own limited edition collector card. That is super cool. I am keeping this. This is the kind of models I'm looking for. I mean, I've gotten to the point in my collection where I love collecting regular mainline models like Gemini Jets, but these really are the ones that I'm seeking out. The special, limited edition, rare ones, or the ones that are really interesting aircraft. Because those are the ones that are going to distinguish your collection. So, really cool that this comes with this card. I'm going to keep it. And here's the model itself. Comes in its own, ooh, shiny. Comes in its own all foam container, so that's really cool. It's a bit of piece of felt here as well, and a piece of plastic. So, really well protected. Let's take a look at this model. Now, the reason I'm picking this up is I think the NG Models HYJL Wings A321 molds are outstanding, and these would fly over my house all the time where I lived in Des Moines, because Des Moines is actually a major crossroads for flights leaving from Toronto going to the West Coast. So I've seen a bunch of these fly over the house like this, as well as a lot of East Coast and West Coast routes fly over. So JetBlue A321s, wide bodies going between LA and New York and Boston, fun stuff like that would fly over. So this is one of the stuff I've seen before. Hope to see one of these in person sometime soon. But yeah, really cool model. Let's take a close look at these planes. Take a look at the nose of this aircraft. Here we can see the beautifully rounded Airbus nose. This is how an Airbus nose should look like. I think NG Models HYJL Wings did a fabulous job with this mold. Copper windows and the mask around it. I will admit that the Air Canada livery is starting to grow on me a little bit, but there's still things about it I'm not the biggest fan of, and the way they implement the cockpit mask is one of them. It just feels a bit off to me. That red circle there with the silver insert is the static port on this Airbus. See the black underline there, and of course on the gear door, I believe it has the fleet number. L1 door, Star Alliance logo, Air Canada titles up top. Got the Air Canada logo there below the windows. That's kind of a unique placement for it. L2 door. Got the CFM engines, which are correctly sized on this mold, which is good to see. Nice fan blade detail in there, and nice cockpit details as well. Really nice front detail. See if it'll focus on the engines for me. Nope. Anyway, great looking model. You can see antennas. One up front, two in the back, one underneath. Really nice detail overall. Maybe it looks like the window line kind of drops here a little bit. I don't know. But yeah, it says Airbus 321, and then we got the registration and the tail with the Canadian maple leaf logo that they're now using, and the parcel registration there. Really nice. Registration of this bird is Charlie Golf Juliet Victor X-Ray. Next up, we got the Gemini Jets 737 MAX 9. The MAX is one of Gemini's better mainline single aisle molds. Pretty good mold here overall. Of course, cockpit windows, Got the Star Alliance logo L1 door, and of course the same thing on the nose gear as I mentioned previously. Parcel registration, aircraft type, and ETOPS rating if it is applicable. You can see the United Airlines logo there, and of course I really like this implementation of the livery. It shares the same version of this livery that the 787 does, where it has the wavy gold line. I think that looks really, really nice on this, and essentially they carry that over with the Evo blue livery, which looks really nice. Of course, we got, once again, the space in the windows where the fourth lavatory on this aircraft is. Got antennas, both top and bottom. This one, of course, does have a rocket ship engine here, which a lot of the 737 Maxes for Gemini did. On this side, it's not, but on this side here, you can see it's tilted up too high. That's a common issue with these. And definitely one of the things that NG models is more than likely not going to mess around with and not have issues with. So their version of this model should be a lot better. Of course, we have the other emergency exit door and the registration. The gears kind of roll. It's one of those ones where, from the era of Gemini, where they do kind of roll, but they don't really want to. Tail number for this bird is 67501, which was the first 737 MAX 9 delivered to United. And of course the US flag. And of course the really nice rounded APU housing detail on the MAX. And of course the Evo globe, not the Evo blue, but just the standard Continental globe. Looks really nice there. Final model here we have is this United Express HYJL 175 in the Sky West livery. Sorry for the camera bump there. This is the 2018 version when it came out, the 175. Didn't really have too many issues. The wing flex here is not too bad, as you can see, and the engines are correctly sized, and of course the cockpit area looks great. You can see there is the power doorway there just above the main gear for the external power. You got the pitot tubes, main gear, L1 door, of course the United branding there, United Express, and then operated by SkyWest titles. This is a SkyWest 175. Almost every 175 Gemini has done has been a SkyWest variant of some kind. Hopefully when they eventually do Delta one, it'll be a SkyWest one. Please make a Delta 175, we need it. Of course, got the engines, main gears, the winglets, which are really nicely detailed as per usual. Got the correct livery on it. The 175 of course has no emergency escape routes over the wing. We got the little antenna there, which does fully extend down the back of the aircraft. I believe that is for a lightning extraction. And of course we got the Continental globe and the registration, November 163 Sierra Yankee. So those are the models here that you're seeing for March the 1st. Bunch of great models, and glad to add these to the collection. It is now April the 9th, 2023, and I've got some models here to unbox for y'all. And some of these are ones I've gotten for a little bit, but I haven't opened yet. And one is one I just got. So we're gonna start here with a couple models I got for my birthday from my brother. And I haven't taken these out of the packaging yet, but here we go. So we're gonna start with this model. This is the Gemini Jets United Boeing 777-200. He was able to get a good deal on this one. From my understanding, it was a very good price. You can tell the model has had parts re-glued several times, so it's not the best condition, one of these models, and of course it came with no box, so he was pretty disappointed with that buying experience. You can see some of the wheels been re-glued. This engine's definitely been re-glued, and it just sort of is a bit disappointing that it came with no box. It's just definitely not the best purchasing experience. So we'll take a close look at it here though, because this is a model that I wanted to have for quite some time, because I used to see these back in Chicago when I'd fly United back then, and now I fly United to Chicago a lot. Just went to Amsterdam, flew through Chicago. Pretty cool experience. But yeah, here we go. Here's the 777-200. Start the nose cone. You can see cockpit windows, nose gear door, and I don't think at this time they were putting the parcel registration on the nose gear door. L1 door, we have first class cabin, United Airlines titles, our L2 door, our business class cabin, and then our premium economy. We've got the engines. These are the, if I remember, United used the Pratt & Whitney 4000 series engines. See the older style Gemini Jets where they had the silver fan blades. Of course, it wasn't as detailed as they are now. You can tell the glue residue here, and it looks like this one was also re-glued because that angle's way off. Of course, The gear is a little bit messed up, but it is what it is. The wing of the 777-200. Got our registration here, the US flag, of course the L3 and L4 door. Registration is November 799 Uniform Alpha, so this is one of the older 777-200s, just a 200, not an ER. See the APU housing detail, and of course the old Battlesick gray tail, which looks so nice on this plane. I've always wanted a Battlesick gray and eventually a blue tulip 777, so it's really nice to add one to my collection. This one is not in the best shape, so eventually I hope to get a future NG release, or of course the new Phoenix release that looks really good. I'll probably end up picking up the new Phoenix release, because that looks like a really nice model. So yeah, this is this model. Thank you so much to my brother for buying this. I really do appreciate the thought and consideration that went into buying this model. The next model that we have is actually the exact same model, but bought twice. Up top is one that my brother gave me, and this one is one that I bought from someone on Instagram. Thank you so much for allowing me to buy it for $42. My brother knew that I was looking for United 737-900, so he got me one for Christmas. He got me the UACO livery for Christmas, and then he got me the Evo Blue livery for my birthday. And I ended up buying another one because I got a good deal on Instagram for someone for it. And so I was like, you know, I could actually use a second Evo Blue 737-900. I really like flying on those planes. I just flew on one from Denver to Cleveland. Great experience. So let's open these and take a look at them. I have not had a chance yet to open and look at these models, see how good they are. So we're gonna find out how good they are together. So this is the one from Spruce Brothers. You can see tab here, not in the best shape. But yeah, Spruce Brothers Collectibles in Kansas City, specifically Independence, Missouri. I'd love to actually visit the actual store sometime, but I've heard good things about them, and I've bought from them before. Some of my other model purchases included the United Battlesick Gray 752 from Gemini and the United Blue Tulip 752 from Gemini. I think there's been a couple others I bought too as well. Well, I think something happened in shipping with this one, unfortunately. As long as the model's good, I'm okay with it, because this box is now obliterated. That's really unfortunate. I got a good price though for the model, and the guy did want to check to see how the model is, so let's take a look at it. Looks like one wing was deattached at some point and was re-glued. It's kind of still halfway in there. I know a lot of these had issues with them coming apart. Here's the new one that my brother bought for me. Now, of course, this is brand new. I expect it to be in great shape. Of course, it comes with the NG collector card. This other one does not. I assume the previous owner already redeemed it. And of course, this comes with a like new condition, as is to be expected. Yep, no issues with this one. Wheels roll, no problem. The other one, the wheels do not roll. No problem here with this one. Alright, so let's take a look at this milestone here at the cockpit. We got the beautifully shaped nose. NG Models makes, in my opinion, the best 737 NG mold. Cockpit windows are on point. Got the parcel registration and the ETOPS rating listed there on the gear door, as well as the aircraft type. We have nose gear. We got Uniting People Connecting the World. That's United Airlines slogan. Got the Star Alliance logo, the L1 door. Got the United Airlines titles. Of course, that what looks like a little window down there, that's actually a static port. Got a antenna, first class, and the premium economy, which United calls Economic Plus cabin. Right there, that spot where there's no windows, that is where the fourth lavatory on the 737-900 is located. The 900 gets an extra lavatory over the 800 and 700. Overwing emergency exits. We got the engines. These are the CFM56 of DAS, I believe 5B engines. Great detail all around. Wheels roll. Of course, I love the blue winglet. Looks super nice for skimmy toys. We got the extra emergency door back here due to the number of passengers that this aircraft can hold. It needs an extra emergency door. Pair of antennas. I love the Wi-Fi box with the gray top, just like this actual aircraft has. Registration is November 38417. A really cool model there. I love this one. This is a nice model. I've flown on a bunch of Evo Blue 900s now, at least 3 that I can think of. I flew on one from Denver to Cleveland. I was in seat 26E for that one. I flew on one from, the one I flew from Washington to Denver was a Continental Globe. I flew on a new livery 900 from Denver to Omaha. That was in seat, I want to say 21 Alpha. And I know I flew at another new livery 900. I don't remember what the route was for that. I've also flown two other 900s, an older livery, Chicago Des Moines, and Des Moines Chicago. So I've flown a bunch of 900s for United, and a bunch of them have been in the Evo Blue livery. It's a great airplane. 900's pretty decent. The seats are not too bad. They're not the most comfortable seats, but they're not bad at all. They're actually pretty decent. So, nice product, nice plane. Love to have it. And I want to show this one. Of course, the issue here is this wing is partly loose. I think at some point this model had been re-glued because that's sort of the feel with it. It won't come out all the way. Sort of feels like the glue's kind of sticky. And other evidence for that is that these wheels don't roll anymore, so probably a little glue residue got on it. That's a very common mistake to make when you're gluing a model. The nose gear wheel is also glued shut, so most likely he did it upside down and some residue got on there. That's pretty common. It's happened to me before. It's something I've learned to avoid when I fix model airplanes, but it is very doable. It's an easy mistake to make. So I have 2 of these. Very glad to add both to my collection. They'll be very useful parts of my collection I'll be using in model airport videos and such. It's a great airplane, one that I've flown many times, one that I know I'll fly again for United. Final model for the video. Here we have a single model that I bought from the same guy who sold me that United 737-900. Hopefully this one's in better shape, but we'll see. It was a good price though. I can't complain. Price was $32, so price was very good. So let's take a look at it and see how it is. Alright, and the model is the Gemini Jets Spirit Airbus 320 Neo. This is the second one in my collection. I don't usually buy duplicates of models. Occasionally I will if it's a model that is of a very common aircraft type that I could use. The box is a little bit smooth, but a lot of Gemini Jets boxes do get like that. As long as this model is in perfectly intact condition, I'm going to be happy with it. So let's take a look. This wing's a little bit loose, but it's not coming out. Yeah, it looks to be good. Now I did get this model back, I want to say it was massive unboxing number 6, about a year and a half ago when this model was released. But I thought I might as well go ahead and show you it again here with the second one. So you can see copper windows, Airbus 320 Neo below it, pitot tubes, SETI ports are visible. Got the radar nose cone, parcel registration on the nose gear, got the L1 door, and we have a antenna. This model's a little bit dusty, as you can tell. A lot of models do get like that though, including mine. Spirit titles. These titles sometimes get a little bit off. You can see on this one it is a bit off. They sort of droop towards the back. That's a sort of printing quality control issue that Gemini Jets has on some of their Spirit models. It seems to be inconsistent. Some of these have the issue, some don't, so you just never know. I will say the detailing with the oval wing, emergency exits, and the wing in general is pretty nice. See, it says home of the Bear Fair. I really do look forward to them releasing the new A320neo, which will have the new livery. Of course, it says Spirit.com there, and then the inside of the winglet says Howdy, which is really cool. Now, the inside of the engine should say Howdy as well. However, Gemini Jets elected to not include that detail on the model. You can see the inside of the engines, including the little green circle there. That's actually on the actual aircraft. Got 2 more antennas. Got the registration and the Spirit tail. So, and the APU has the detail, of course. The other side has the forward and rear bin doors. There's actually 4 bins on the Airbus, 2 up front, 2 in the back. So yeah, that's basically it for this model and for this video. So we've got 10 models in this one. Most of them are United, partly because I work for United now, so I am interested in getting a lot of United Airlines models. I wonder how long that trend will continue. It'll be interesting to see. The next unboxing video is almost guaranteed, at least the next max unboxing is going to be from Airliners International when I go there in June. So stay tuned for that video and you'll see what models I pick up at that time. So that's it for this video. I want to thank you all so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day and God bless you.